Hello, I'm Michael. I'm a co-founder of East Sussex Paranormal Society, and we are in the lovely United Kingdom. And what we're doing today is we're going to actually be talking about crop circles. There's a lot of theories and a lot of hypothesis out there about what makes a real crop circle, what's man-made, that kind of stuff, and we'd like to address a little bit of that. Of course, we don't have a whole lot of time today to do that, so you'll be able to pick up any extra information you want about it at our website at www.esps.co.cc. We're going to talk about equipment that we're using right now. Basically, this is a lovely little device right here. This is a Radex RD1503, and it's by a company called Quarta. This is a device that we use for registering radiation levels. Basically, it will do several types of radiation: alpha, beta, and gamma radiation. Unfortunately, you won't get a breakdown as to which is which. You'll just get a choice of whether you want to measure the radiation or radioactivity based on an international method of Sievert, or whether you want to measure it in REM. Basically, this device has a backlight, which allows you to be able to use it in low light situations. It also has an alarm, so that when you reach a certain peak, you can set that peak where you want it for what radiation levels you want it to peak at, and it will alert you that it's at that level. It's got a really handy little menu here. You can scroll through and change a lot of your options and everything else. You can order it online basically for around £117. Not sure exactly, depending on where you are, what you'll get, the price of it will be. But we'll get to in just a minute why we have this device. Secondly, we're using a USB microscope. So we get a digital microscopic analysis on plant materials. This device also has its own lighting, so it can shed light on the situation if you're working in a low light environment. And of course, like I said, it does take photos. So if you're doing analysis on plant or soil or whatever you're analyzing, it has multiple uses. If you're looking at coins or documents or anything else to check the validity of them, or whether they're actually a real thing or whatever, or what kind of ink or anything else was used, you can actually magnify this to a pretty high level. I believe it's 200 times magnification, but depending on what you set your resolution on your screen will depend upon the level of quality that you'll get on your examinations of items. Like I said, the Radex RD1503, that's for checking for radiation, and our VMS001 is for microscopic analysis. Now what I'll do is I'll show you real quick what a plant sample looks like. And some of the theories out there are basically that when you have a crop circle where you find plant material has been broken, as we can see right here, this has been cracked here, and then you have this fiber left hanging off, you could tell that it was actually bent in that direction. So when you get something breaking, fracturing like that, I would think that something like this came from being manually broken by force. One of the theories about the man-made crop circles out there is that there are guys out there with planks, wooden planks and rope attached to it, and they put their foot on it and they're stomping that down. If you were stomping plant material, basically you're going to get fractures like this one that we're seeing right here. You're going to crack it off. One of the theories with crop circles also is that if it's a real one, a paranormal crop circle, which these are all theories, we don't know for sure. No one is exactly sure because no one has actually sat there and watched a crop circle be made, and those who haven't been able to provide video proof that they were there when it happened. We would love to have that if anyone has that. The idea is that if it is paranormal, that you would have bending without breaking, and that it would bend at the node, which is a part of the plant where as it grows there are nodes along there. Some other theories say that if a paranormal entity, or whether we're looking at interdimensional beings or extraterrestrials, are actually creating these, is that they're using microwave radiation. Theory, we're not sure. I don't know if anyone can actually prove this, but in that event, if they are using microwave, we'd expect to see the plant burst from inside. Due to the amount of microwave radiation it's exposed to, the plant would probably fracture outward, not what you see right here. Basically, it's obviously been bent and broken. So we always recommend that people out there, if you are a believer in things paranormal and you want to do your own investigations, it's good to have your own equipment, get out there and get involved and see what you can find out, because it's pretty difficult for some skeptic to say to you that this is this or that is that, and you were there present when you did your own investigation. We don't recommend you violate someone's property, like the farmers who might have crop circles. We don't say it's a good idea to go and invade their space and their privacy by going on their property, unless you're invited to do so. But in the event you are invited to do so, you should have some of the equipment you might need to do that, and that's why we're recommending these pieces of equipment today. As you can see, we can get a pretty good microscopic analysis, and of course we can monitor any radiation that's in soil samples or plant samples. Now that's not to say that's going to be proof positive that this is paranormal material or anything like that, but it is an idea that we believe it's a possibility that if there are extraterrestrials or interdimensional beings who are actually causing these crop circles, that there might be some lingering radiation, and it might be able to be monitored by a device such as this one right here. There are other theories that say that energy may be coming from inside the Earth, or maybe it's cosmic in origin, and it's coming down into the atmosphere or coming up out of the Earth, going out into outer space. We're not sure. Like I said, it's all theory, but without theories and hypothesis, there'd be no scientific research, and this is our method of doing it. We also want to mention at this point that we are still seeking memberships and accepting memberships, and the way to get in contact with us is at www.esps.co.cc, and there's a phone number or an email available for you there to make contact with us. We're also accepting plant and soil samples from people in the UK who have crop circles on their property, so that we don't invade their privacy or their personal space. We prefer that they send those to us, and of course they need to be dated, the location where they came from, contact information so we can give you back the results, and they need to be bagged appropriately, which is probably going to be in a Ziploc plastic bag or something of that nature. Also, the plant materials probably should be taken from the root so that we can see from the root to the end of the plant what type of, what it's been exposed to, or what type of manipulation has taken place on the plant materials. Once again, I'm Michael, and we're out of time today, but thank you for joining us, and don't forget to contact us at www.esps.co.cc. Thanks.